feel like I was kind of being a dick all day, but I guess it happens. I think it's like a big difference too between, being impolite, like going out of your way to be an ass, but versus, I don't know, being firm or standing your ground. Anyway, which is not great. I had a pretty awesome day overall, so I guess there's no reason to ever be like that, but I really didn't have one today. Took the dogs on 2 separate walks, which was sweet. Early morning walk, quick lunchtime walk. They were awesome. Super well behaved, good recall. The younger one's learning how to play a little bit better with the older one. The older one engages appropriately, and they're just super fun. It's like one of my favorite things in the world to, we went like a 3.5 mile walk this morning. Walk in air quotes, sometimes walk, sometimes jog. Sometimes just hang out and watch the dogs do weird dog stuff. Anyway, kind of a dick all day and hadn't worked out, finished work and just could tell I was being grouchy because Cassandra was coming over and being really nice. And I was still kind of being grouchy. So immediately just went up and closed the laptop, went outside and just did a workout. And didn't put a lot of thinking into it. I was like, I'm going to do 100 burpees for time. And then realized I haven't done a dumbbell snatch in a while. So it turned into 100 burpees to a target for time every minute on the minute, starting at 0. Do 10 alternating dumbbell snatches, use a 55-pound dumbbell. And man, out through my coverage on that one. I think it took me well into 14 minutes. So it was like 140 dumbbell snatches and 100 burpees, which was pretty awful. But I needed it. Got my attitude right. Turned my head around. Then came right inside, did a little cold shower. And I think I've touched on this briefly before. Don't want to go way down this rabbit hole because I feel like everyone who has a podcast and has done a workout once in their life talks about like how the science behind cold showers and what's the other one? Saunas. I almost said hot tubs. But cold showers and saunas. But I don't really read into it that much. I don't own a cold tub or do all that. Maybe I'm just a sissy. But I just like the cold shower because, one, super convenient, easy to build the habit. Feels cold enough for me. I haven't stepped in there once, and in the first 3 seconds thought to myself, wow, this feels great. But I will say the reason I keep doing it is because every single time I've done it, I come out and I feel immediately better. Attitude's better, perspective's better, I'm in a better mood, I'm a nicer guy. Maybe it's because my body just feels like it's about to die. I don't know. I don't look into it beyond that. I just know it's kind of part of my back on track kit. And that was something that the workout today and the cold shower made me think of, was you got to have a back on track kit. I don't know if we probably all have things that we do to, fill our cups. But I think that's more like a long-term effort. The back on track kit, I think, is more like it's like a quick reset, like a slap to the face, like sniffing smelling salts. It's just like something you can do in a really short amount of time that just gets you out of the bad attitude. So that's my back on track kick. Usually burpees, some type of high repetition pulling off the ground, and a cold shower. And I'm back on track. Because up until that, I was just kind of like fueling the garbage all day. But, it happens. I think I ate a bag of tortilla chips. I ate a box of, what are those things? Annie's like bunnies cracker snacks. Yep, I did that. Had half a bowl of leftover risotto. That was delicious. And that was about it, right? So I just, I was off the track kit before we got back on. So that was nice. And it also, I wanted to talk about today the perfect moment, but I don't think after all this that's the right thing to talk about. So again, that's something we kind of touched on it the other day. I wanted to get to it today, but we're going to put one more pin in it because I actually think that one maybe coherently we can talk a little over 10 minutes. And I don't think it's quite what everybody thinks. I've talked about it with some other people and, they immediately say, well, there's no such thing as a perfect moment or it's a silly thing to search for. And that's exactly the opposite of what this is. So you're already getting into it. So, perfect moment. We're going to get there. Maybe lucky number 7. The other thing I wanted to mention, since we're talking about work, how the work day flows, maybe just some general advice. And I also thought about it during the middle of that workout, which absolutely smashed me into the ground. Like I feel, whether maybe it was the no warm up, I'm just not that fit right now, don't do workouts like that often. I felt terrible in that workout. I mean, got to maybe minute 11 and really thought to myself I should probably scale the dumbbell snatches down to 8. But then just got angry at myself and said, you said you would do this, so you're going to do this. I don't care if you're here for 20 minutes, which was good. I needed that. But in my job, I work with a lot of software developers, and I love it. The team I work with is amazing. They're really fun to work with. I particularly like whatever mindset or training that career group goes through. They're just really cool, and nothing gets me more fired up. And I feel like they're cool. Like they're a little bit of that like old guard, just like happy. Maybe not all of them, but like willing to just stay up forever to solve a problem. And I think that's a really cool thing. Like if I get like an email at like 8 p.m. from a dev, and they're like, oh, this did this thing, and reviewing this code or whatever, fix this bug. I don't know. I just get super excited by that still. And one of the developers I was talking to today, he said, hey, I'm going to be working late tonight, so I will X, Y, and Z. You might see an email. And I said, okay, appreciate it. And I almost said to him the phrase, don't work too late. And then I paused to myself and I thought, I can't stand when people say to me, don't work too late, don't try too hard, don't burn yourself out. And this is not, I'm raising my voice. I need to get back on track. And this is not one of those things where I'm not trying to lean into like that like Instagram hardo grind mentality. But at the same time, I just think it is so good sometimes, and it's totally okay to push yourself a little bit further than you're quote unquote supposed to go, to do something really uncomfortable, little outside of the normal work hours. I just think it's really important. And so I paused myself because I almost said, don't work too late. And I told him, I was like, man, I can't stand when people say it to me. So I said, work to your heart's content, right? Maybe he works a lot, maybe he doesn't work at all. But I also thought about that during the workout, because I don't know. I just feel like we're so surrounded, at least I am. I got to update the algorithm. We're just so surrounded by so much stuff that's always like, moderate this, avoid this extreme, don't do this, be careful. And I just really strongly feel like sometimes if you want to send it, it's totally fine. And if that's what you enjoy doing, keep doing it for a little while. And if you do get off track, we can talk about how to get back on track. If your quote unquote cup gets empty, we can talk about how to fill that thing up. But until then, dump that shit out. It's okay. I kind of hyperanalyze that stuff sometimes. But yeah, I can't stand that. Don't work too late. Don't work too hard. Make sure you take lots of time off and rest. Told you I was being a dickhead today. Sometimes that stuff annoys me. That's really it. Be a good preamble for the perfect moment, because that's like a totally different topic than this whole don't work too late rant. My back hurts, Grandpa. Well, too damn bad. Name that movie in the comments. The other thing I really wanted to talk about in this camp today with another colleague and friend at work, we're just kind of like talking about different things, and something came up, and it was one of those things where I was like, is that something you really want to know the answer to? This has sort of led me to the good advice for the day, which was don't ask questions you don't really want to know the answer to. Sometimes the whys will kill you. That's all I got for today. So get out there, do a little workout, get back on track, build up your back on track kit. Know what that is. And just like, it's like a EpiPen for a shitty attitude. Every minute on the minute, 10 dumbbell snatches. Meanwhile, you're trying to complete 100 burpees to a target. So have fun with that one. Number 6 in the bag, coming up, the perfect moment. Starting to contemplate some more guests. So getting excited. If you got recommendations, guests you'd like for me to reach out to and fail miserably trying to connect with, shoot me a note. See you guys soon.